Neon lights, neon lights. Hey, dancing with my demons, do the dash, we out of sight. Run it up, secure the bag.
Hello and welcome to the SoulInsights podcast. I'm Kyle Loxton, joined by
Kyle.
And main topic will be our recent trip to the south west coast line.
Boardmasters. In
Specifically
Cornwall.
Boardmasters, yes.
I
Busy?
don't know where in Cornwall. What? Near Padstow.
Boardmasters near Newquay.
Newquay. There you go. Close enough.
Watergate Bay, to be
Yes,
precise.
exactly. Yeah, just a bit busy, wasn't it? Just
Yeah.
sad.
Peak summer holidays. And I think, like you said, there was 3 other events, I think, through Falmouth, Loxton, all sorts of places around Cornwall made it even busier as well.
So being a local in that area would be
You'd
horrendous.
probably just want to evacuate.
Yes, exactly.
Shoot
like
yourself.
World War II situation. It's just evacuate.
Yeah, you just
this bitch.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Hot as well.
Yeah.
Bit hot.
We will dive
Too hot.
more into it shortly.
Yeah.
But first,
Music recommendation?
Yep.
Coffee canvas.
Sticking in topic with Boardmasters and one actor that was there, I believe.
Yeah, so this music recommendation will be Kings of Leon, Manhattan. Like an old sort of tune.
I do not know that song.
They played
did
it.
They play it?
Yeah, they played it at their set. What made it really cool, that set, is the fact that they played songs from all of their albums. So they did play some old stuff, new stuff, in between stuff. And it banged, I thought. Their set list was decent. Yeah, I didn't think they'd play their really old stuff, but that was cool to listen to.
Yeah.
So, TV, film,
Right.
game, mate. I don't know what you're doing.
We've got a TV series that's this week finished. So it was the 15th of August was the final episode of this season. I'm not sure if there's any more. Is Better Call Saul.
Better Call
So
Saul.
I suppose you'd say spin-off from Breaking Bad. Decent, because Saul Goodman is probably my favourite character from Breaking Bad. I prefer him over Pinkman and Chemistry Party, to be honest. Heisenberg, that's the one.
I don't even watch the program. I know him though.
No, it was on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't think of it. I think it's better than that, just because I like the Saul Goodman character. I looked on IMDb, and the ratings for the episodes are insane. For the newest season, I think only there was 5 out of 13 were in the 8s, and the rest of them are all 9s or higher.
What is the genre of it? Is it like drama?
I suppose you could go along those lines. I don't really know what it'd be classed as, actually.
Good.
It's just, I'll say it's Breaking Bad vibes, but a bit mellowed out, because Breaking Bad's kind of like, obviously, a fully drug-like thing.
Yeah.
So if I just say spoilers now, although I'm not trying to, this is a general overview of it, is he's a lawyer dude, and it's basically following his story of what type of lawyer he is, and then what type of lawyer he becomes, just following his life kind of thing. And it's his life before Breaking Bad, I believe.
So it is linked then? Yeah,
because he's the lawyer from Breaking Bad.
Oh, right.
So there is an entire point to it. That's why, spoiler, although I'm not going to try and not say anything spoilerish, that's why a certain thing that happens in the newest season happens. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth watching. I'd put it above Stranger Things, in all fairness.
Damn, you put everything above Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You did The Boys as well, I think.
Yeah, The Boys is above Better Call Saul. But Better Call Saul is above Stranger Things.
I think, yeah. All you series watchers, then that's another one.
Yeah.
It's one I won't be checking out.
List.
I mean, the last film I've checked out on Netflix, you watched like months ago. I think Man from Toronto.
Yeah.
It's the latest thing I watched.
Decent film. Check that out as well. Right, page from the book.
Are we not doing film or game? Oh, no, the film. Then if you link it to him, isn't it? Same actor as Nobody film.
Yeah, normally we only do one, don't we? So Nobody.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, there's
Great film.
somebody on TikTok who shall remain nameless. Did something about what's like decent film that's not like norm, and one of the comments said Nobody.
Really?
Yeah. So I was just looking through to see what other people like thought was like a good film that wasn't like mainstream kind of thing, and somebody put Nobody, and honestly the acting in it's insane. The fact that it's him as well, Bob Odenkirk, I believe his name is.
Yeah, it's a great film. I like it.
It's insane. It's like John Wick style, isn't it? Really.
A bit like John Wick, but like family vibes, isn't it? It's kind of like he's just
a
protecting
bit more
his
mellowed
family.
out, but not really mellowed out, isn't it? It's not as like killer-esque, is it?
Yeah.
It's more like he's just gone mad because.
Well, like
I
his
suppose,
main.
like John Wick goes mad because of his dog, doesn't he? But
Yeah, he goes mad over a little thing. Kind of like it might be like a parody on that sort of style, I think. But it's kind of like his main thing is he's just a nobody. That's what he says. Isn't it?
Exactly.
And people who know about him says, yeah, you don't mess with him, sort of thing. So it's a sick film. All right. Leave the game then. Yeah, we'll just do that.
No game this week.
Okay. Right. Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows by John Koenig. I chose chapter 5. Bots. Yeah. Boats against the current, holding on in the rush of the moment, catching a glimpse of humanity from a distance as well. I think. Oh, I don't even know. I think I messed that up.
Ah, well.
But the word is Keir. Keir.
I thought it was like Ford Kia.
Yeah? Chicken Keir, yeah.
Chicken Kiev.
An ill-fated attempt to reenact a beloved memory years later, returning to a place that once felt like home, only to find it now feels uncannily off, like walking through a wax museum of your own childhood. We could relate that. I'm going to let you think.
So,
I'll let you
what comes to
fester on
mind
it.
first is you've got a memory in your head that you think, oh, that's amazing.
You could put it to a
but
lot
then
of
maybe you revisit it and you think, oh, actually,
it was better as a kid.
It was better left in the past kind of thing. So I think I know what you're going to say here is games.
You could, yeah. So obviously we're not doing a gaming thing, but recent games that we've seen that have been remastered, isn't it? We kind of should have just left them
Not
in
even
the past.
necessarily that. Like, it's just games that we've decided to play again.
Yeah.
Like
Dead Rising and stuff, isn't it?
Dead Rising, it was better in the past. I'm not saying it's a bad game because it's still quite fun, and it's just
you had your memories then, didn't you? It's like playing the old Call of Duties, isn't it? Imagine playing them again. I think it'd be a bit dead. You had some cool memories when you first did it. It's like FIFA. I'm just left that now, isn't it? Like, just leave it in FIFA 13.
For you, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be asked to play anymore.
No, there's a few games like that. Like, I'm glad we played Saints Row the Third again.
Yeah.
Remastered version. Mostly because it was glitch central and it was actually banter. But that's a really good game, and I think I'll never not like the Saints Row franchise, apart from Get Out of Hell, which was a bit dire.
But so I say you could link him from taking it from gaming would be like a location, so a place that you used to go to as a kid. Maybe you went there out older, and the place has changed as well. Like there's different memories that it's just like, oh, I remember it used to be like this.
Like they've got rid of something or they've added something new, and
it doesn't have that same
it's
sort
not
of
quite the same.
Yeah,
is it?
that vibe that you first went there, and it kind of lost its magic.
Or even like you've grown up, so you think, oh, it's not like it doesn't mean as much to me now as it did when I was a kid, but I'm glad of the situation I had when I was a kid.
So linking that to the main topic would be, we always used to do a Cornwall trip as kids. I wonder if it might end up losing its magic as you got older. Hopefully it doesn't.
The way to look at that is we've said this before, is that if you have kids, that's kind of what you do with them. So you're kind of living through what you want to do again. It gives you a reason to go there again, though. Like, oh, I can actually go and enjoy myself with somebody, and I can show them what I experienced, and then let them have that good memory as well. So in that sense, it's quite good.
Yeah,
obviously,
different take on it.
If you want to have kids and that's what you want to do, there's a reason I threw that in because lonely man over it.
So that's that's the page, mate. That was easy enough to understand, wasn't it? That one. So
that's a good word, that actually. Yeah, I fully understood one for once.
Yeah.
Or fully understood my take on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a made up word. You can think what you want about it. Really,
yeah, no, it was easy. Yeah, straightforward, that one.
Yeah.
Right, main topic, mate.
Main topic. So, as we've already mentioned, Boardmasters.
Second festival for you?
Second festival, and I wouldn't compare it saying which one's better because they're
so
two
different.
completely different things.
Yeah.
But there's certain stuff about it that you can tell it's an English festival from what people have told me in the past, and from obviously what I know about the English is you can tell which one's which, can't you?
You could tell you're in an English crowd. Say that sometimes. You're like an all English crowd mainly. Yeah.
So obviously we only got the day ticket for the Sunday. So main two acts, let's say. Kings of Leon and Tom Grennan.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon I know, but I don't know much of their music. Only their 2 standard songs,
Yeah.
which are
You Somebody and Sex on Fire.
and Tom Grennan, I didn't think I knew, but I knew pretty much all of his songs. I just didn't know them as his
He's quite
songs.
mainstream, isn't he, at the minute, I think? So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad I went, to be honest, even just for Tom Grennan's, because that was
He was sick,
decent
yeah.
listen.
Like you said, he was going to face on KSI, wasn't he? Or try and get him on or something. So, like, you take off another Sidemen or something.
The way he just turns around and says, "Oh, do you guys know my song with KSI?" And everybody's there screaming because they're all like these like 18-year-old boys that are like, "Oh my god, I love KSI."
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then he's like, "Well, he's not here." It's like, "Oh, troll."
Training for a fight or something, he said.
Yeah, and then he tried to phone him, but sadly didn't answer because we were trying to slowly make our way through the Sidemen then, weren't we? We've seen Vic Star at Tomorrowland.
Yeah, see KSI
Then we could have seen
Boardmasters.
KSI at Boardmasters, and then we'd see
Jokes,
like
man.
Road to Shore or something at bloody Vegas or like Ibiza or bloody wherever.
But no, he was good.
class.
Like, Tom Grennan, I thought had pretty decent stage presence. Like, the fact he brought that dude up,
brought somebody on stage
Yeah, that
to
was sick.
actually sing, and he could actually sing.
He was good. And he
Like,
knew
it
all the
wasn't
words.
like the Glastonbury thing we go to
Oh, Alex.
with the Dave Act, the Tiago
Yeah.
Silva song, where obviously the kid knew every word and he performed it really well. But it's not like it was a singing song, is it? It's obviously more of a rap.
Yeah.
But I don't know what song it was that he went up and sang. Tom Grennan's song.
Like How You Remind Me or something like that. I don't really follow Tom Grennan that much. It was something, it was like a song that went in the charts, and he must have held up a sign because we were stood behind him, so I didn't know what was on the sign, but he brought him up and then says like, "Oh, can you sing? This could either go really well or really bad."
Yeah. But the fact he could actually sing.
Yeah, and he got the crowd going.
Insane.
Like, yeah, decent persons to be fair.
Yeah.
So fair play to the guy, whoever it is.
Yeah.
I thought he smashed it.
So it wasn't just Boardmasters that we went for. So there was other stuff that happened as well. But if we do go through Boardmasters, and then we can talk about the other things that we got up to.
Ended up doing, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Shall we say all the acts that we saw then?
yep.
So we saw a handful because we went up probably like midday-ish, wasn't it? And we were bouncing around random stages. But say
Yeah, we were
who
just
we saw on the main
wandering,
stage then. We saw start at the start. It was like JC Stewart or something. He was on when we appeared. We didn't particularly listen to him. Palace, that's a new band that I actually quite like listening to, so I'll probably continue listening to. Joy Crooks, which was like Georgia Smith, wasn't it?
We didn't know who it was. We didn't actually find out until we looked when we went.
Yeah,
we
it
got
didn't
home.
have the name
But
on it.
one of the songs we both said,
Massive.
that sounds familiar, and I can't remember what the name of the song was. I don't know if you wrote it
Feet
down.
Don't Fail Me Now or something.
Oh, okay. That we realised that you could hear it and you're like, is this actually her song? Like, did she actually sing this, or is she doing a cover? Because she did a cover of
Kendrick Lamar
Kendrick
something.
Lamar's song, didn't she? And there was one other cover I think she did. But
She was quite good though. She was a bit like Georgia Smith, I thought.
I don't even know who Georgia Smith is.
Good.
I probably do, but again, I don't know her by name.
Yeah,
I know her songs, but I don't know them as her songs.
And then we had the Wombats, Tom Grennan, and Kings of Leon.
Which are 3 main ones. Really,
And the Wombats were quite good because it was so like dry there and so dusty. I remember them saying like they looked out to the crowd and they said it looks like a scene out of Mad Max. Yeah,
I didn't even realise it was
ridiculous.
the Wombats until you said to me.
Yeah, I thought they looked a bit like Foals. And I said, when the hell? I said, nah, Foals
Because I
ain't
think
here.
when Wombats were on, we were kind of wandering around a little bit as well, weren't we?
I didn't know they were there.
We were like, get in the shade.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. We weren't in the shade too much though. We weren't too British about it.
No, just every now and then you just go and sit inside for a little bit and have like a cold drink, and then you kind of like, right, it's been 15 minutes, let's go back and have a
you don't want to
wander
sit
or
the whole
go
time in shade, do
main
you?
stage and that again. But it's funny, the people literally trying to find anything they could use as shade. So where you had flags up in the air, like you'd have the actual flag itself would make a shadow on, make a little patch of shade on the ground, and you'd get people sat in that little shade and sitting behind the bins and that because they let off a little bit of shade. Like I'm terrible with heat, but I don't think it was that bad.
I think when you're
not that bad, not bad that I have to sit in shade made by a bin.
compared to the morning when we were walking to the site, that was the
horrible.
hottest.
It doesn't help that we were on top of a cliff, fully exposed, no wind, and we were walking, and it was up and down, up and down, up and down. At least at the festival site, it was reasonably flat.
Yeah.
And I
You chill
suppose
a bit,
you
don't
kind
you?
of had channels of breeze coming in between like the stands, and
Yeah.
that, didn't you? So it was a little bit more at least.
It was fine, yeah, because I said most other years that I've been to Boardmasters, it could be a complete washout. Like sometimes we've had to call it off because of hurricanes and all sorts. So in a way, it was quite nice to actually see some nice weather there for a
So
change.
going off the back of that, it's lucky that it happened when it did, because on
Swimming pool.
the Monday when we were going home, it must have been about 3:30, 4 o'clock, mustn't it?
Yeah.
It absolutely pissed it down, and I mean the worst possible rain you can imagine.
Golden shower, yeah.
And having the surfboards on the car with the door seals broken or the water coming in the car as well.
Nice, wasn't it?
But if you go on TikTok, or I'm sure it's on Twitter and all that as well, and just type in Cornwall floods, just ignore the stuff that's from, I think it's 2004, and there'll be a load of stuff that comes up now, and it's actually mental what it was. Like
At that festival
it
site
was
as well,
like
wasn't it?
halfway up the cars.
Yeah.
Like it would have gone, like you open your car door and your car would be flooded kind of thing.
Mental how like the day before was just heat wave, wasn't
but
it?
even us driving, it rained for about 30 seconds and the entire road was covered with like, say, 6 inches of water.
Squirt and drain pipe.
Squirt and drain pipe, yeah.
Yeah, it was mental.
Yeah, to go from 30 degrees sweltering to absolutely shitting it down. It wasn't cold when it was like wet and horrible, but it wasn't exactly nice.
Yeah, like you
was
said,
it?
like imagine being at the festival if that happened. That'd be jokes, wouldn't it?
All your tents would be screwed because it was.
You
One
get
of
your
the
little anoraks out.
videos was at Watergate, which is literally right next to the festival
Yeah.
site, obviously, isn't it? So some of that water's probably been running off of the hill, off of the cliffside where the festival was held. So yeah, you can just imagine what the ground would have been like, and especially if you've got thousands of people walking over it all.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Sludgy life.
It'd be like that one in Australia that I showed you.
Oh my god. Yeah, it would
Festival
be
in
like
Australia,
that. I genuinely think it
where
would be like
there was
that.
people sat in their deck chairs and the water would have been touching their ass from the bottom of the deck chair, basically, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like a foot, 1 or 2 feet of water just sitting up. Yeah. Oh, horrible.
Well, no, it was decent though. Decent
Yeah.
festival. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. Like I said, it's not particularly your style of music, is it? But bands are always quite good to watch live, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it matters too much if you don't like the music. It needs to be in, like, not a genre that you hate kind of thing. Like, that type of music, I don't mind. I wouldn't sit and listen to it, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, live is different as well, isn't it?
Live is different because you kind of get into it a bit more.
Yeah.
But if you put me in some, like, heavy metal sort of stuff, then I'd probably not like it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like the music
Lively
at
as
all.
hell.
So even live, I wouldn't like... It wouldn't transform me.
Transform. Convert you.
Kings of Leon set was a bit mad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One funny thing and one kind of mental thing, really. So, do you want funny or mental
Let's
first?
do the funny guy. Do the funny.
Funny. So, how do you know you're in an English crowd? This is how you tell. Kings of Leon main singer dude. I don't know names, so
I've forgotten his name.
sorry.
Yeah.
Just says. Bear in mind, the average age of the crowd was quite young, wasn't it? Like you'd put
Average
most people
age, I
there
would
at like
say.
18. Wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
average age maybe like 20, 21, I'd say, if you were average the whole crowd.
I got the vibes from like my mum said it to me as well when we got back. It's people coming off of their uni, like people that are back from uni. And they want to go down to the coast, go surfing, listen to some music
so, yeah.
in between kind of thing, which made sense. And from what we saw, it looked like that as well.
You think with Kings of Leon, you might have had a bit of a different. Though. We did see some older people though, isn't it? Because Kings of Leon have been around for time.
I suppose it's just that type of festival. It's loads of people are younger, aren't they? So you're in the middle of the crowd and the singer just goes, "Oh, good looking crowd we've got here tonight." And what was the response from the dudes right next to us? Pedo.
Typical, isn't it? Of course, we were stood in the place where like madness happened.
We were stood in the place where that happened. We were stood in the place where somebody launched their little vape pen down somebody in the
my
forehead
god,
with
that's
it.
one thing, right? So, because of all these vapes and stuff, they're being like a trend at the minute, aren't they? I said that's gonna be like the one thing that gets like thrown at festivals.
Yeah,
like those little
and they're
pen things.
solid,
like,
aren't they? Yeah,
it's just annoying. Like I don't get why they're a trend. Like puffing on little cotton candy sticks. To be fair, like I don't understand it unless you're smoking and trying to change, like get off of it. If you're just doing it just for the taste, I don't understand. But that's just not my problem, I guess, is it?
Just
But the
leave
fact that
leave them to
you
it.
finished it, and like typical British thing, you just lob whatever in your hand, isn't it? So they're gonna be everywhere. They'll be everywhere.
At Tomorrowland, I think that one person was a bit surprised that something got launched at their head, weren't they? From you.
I do know about,
in the
mate.
distance,
Don't know what you're
some
about.
dude looking around like, what's happening? Oh, is it raining cups or something? And then in this festival, about 2 seconds after being in the crowd, you've had about 30 things being thrown,
Yeah.
including soaking wet sweat shirts,
Everything
bloody
that you can
beer
imagine.
boxes, cups,
Yeah,
bloody probably rocks.
everything gets lobbed.
Yeah, and then Chiron lobs a little reusable cup, plastic cup, daps somebody in the head. I give him mine, and he just launches it again.
No, I
So
don't know
that's
what you're
one
on about,
massive
mate.
difference. But anyway, the madness thing that happens. So, do you want to cover this one?
Yeah, so I don't know how they do it with like the smoke grenades and stuff. But say like Sex on Fire played, wasn't it, last song?
Yeah.
The set. And you smelt like some like weird smoke. Like we've used flares for photo shoots and music stuff before, and I said to you, I recognise that smell.
Yeah.
And I turned around, some dude was holding like not just the smoke grenade, like the emergency
Emergency
flare.
flare,
They
yeah.
get so hot. And like there were all these little sparks jumping off of it, and the fact that me and you were stood in front of it, we've been burnt by them before doing a shoot, and they
It was literally
sting.
from me to Chiron away,
It was
like
nice.
that distance,
Quite
like
nice.
a few feet away.
Yeah.
And
burnt holes in my shirt.
literally, it was like above our heads, though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's probably more.
So
I need to check my hat actually. You felt it on
I
my. I
think
felt
my
one on my
hat was
shoulder, and I
alright.
turned to you. Like, what the fuck was that?
yeah,
And I turned around, I was like, fucking, he's got a flare behind us. And I said, oh, I reckon I got a hole in my fucking t-shirt now. I looked at it like the
Yeah.
other day, wasn't it? And just like,
I had a mad blob land on my shoulder and a mad one land on like my forearm. And the one that landed on my forearm proper made me like jump. Like it made me rip my arm away because it was such a big bit of like ash or whatever it was. And the girls next to us, because like
They're in like bikinis
quite a lot of
and
people
stuff,
were in like
innit?
bikinis or like
Oh,
just
yeah.
like minimal clothing, like festival clothing, especially for girls, and they were kind of like screaming and cowering.
Yeah,
down
of course they
because
would, didn't it?
You've got
Fucking
fire
mad.
flying at you, haven't you? And it does fucking hurt, to be honest. Even if it lands on a t-shirt and goes
Yeah.
through, it hurts, doesn't it?
Like you said, imagine if like bits, because it was so dry, isn't it? It would just go up.
Imagine if it had hit the ground,
Yeah.
the entire field would have been on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
like within seconds.
As
the
sick as it
entire thing would
looked,
have
like
gone
as
up.
cool as the whole vibe looked, like you make some sick stuff. It was
Yeah.
a bit like mad as well,
I think
to be
even
honest.
smoke, because there was a smoke grenade. Some dude had a purple
Yeah, it was
smoke
like 30
grenade.
second burn one, I think.
But I think even one of them's bad enough in the heat
Yeah,
as well.
they
Like
heat
it
up.
can cause problems.
Yeah.
Like you drop it, it's gonna burn.
Pulling the ring pull at the start starts the sparks though, so you got to start
Yeah.
it, and even those little sparks is enough to do something.
You knowing everything about smoke grenades and flares.
Well, how many have we used?
Too many.
But yeah, that was a bit of a mad one to be
Yeah.
fair. But obviously, of course, like Sex on Fire, I said to you like, this is where the crowd's probably gonna lose it. It's either mosh pits or some random.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to get on everyone's shoulders and stuff, wasn't it? But obviously, it's their biggest song, so you'd mention like the reaction to be madness. But I think it was really fun though. I think they smashed it. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Everything,
definitely. Going on to obviously other stuff, because we've covered the festival now, haven't we?
I did for cider as well. That was the last thing I heard.
Oh yeah.
That was the only thing I had there.
We get somebody come up to us saying, "Oh, do you want a free sample of cider?" So we're like, okay, so we got
Quite a
some
lot of
little
samples there,
stands.
to be fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Reese's, Jameson's whiskey, and that inch cider.
Yeah.
So this is not paid promotion.
Yeah.
It's just
Inside.
me stating what they were giving us.
It's quite nice though.
Yeah. That inch's cider was actually really nice.
Tastes
That
a bit like appetizer,
Jameson's
wasn't it?
whiskey was really
Yeah,
nice
that was-
as well,
yeah, that
actually.
was banging.
Orange Jameson's whiskey, yeah.
That was
Had an
banging.
orange slice and a load of ice, didn't it? So I don't know if it had any like soda or like ginger ale or anything in there.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
couldn't really taste the whiskey.
No, it was quite like played down, wasn't it? But that might have just been where ice is melted. And the fact it's orange flavoured.
With an orange in it.
But so we go up to this little inches cider stand, and I walk up. Yeah, okay, yeah. I see somebody. Yeah, okay, hi, whatever. Yeah, typical British stuff. She gives me my little can, and I walk away. And then Chiron comes out, and he's like, "They asked for my ID." I'm like, "What?"
As far
So
as
yeah,
that,
they asked for my ID. Bearing in mind that we both had Desperados cans in our hands.
Yeah, so
we
let me
had
just put this,
alcohol
like,
already.
stronger.
Let me just put this alcohol down to get this alcohol that you're IDing me for.
Exactly, that's what it was. I've
For-
literally put the can in front of him,
Yeah.
just going, I even to get my wallet out because
But in what universe do they ID him and not me?
I look like 10-year-old, mate.
It's like getting ID'd in Tesco for some energy drink called paracetamol.
For God's sake.
16. His mum still buys his trousers. 16. In between his reference.
But I think that was everything.
That covers the festival, doesn't it? Really. So
I think so. Yeah, I can't.
Other stuff. We got there late on the Friday. Didn't have time to do anything. Just pitch up and kind of chill out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday beach.
It's chill. There was no
beach and beers, basically.
There was no surf, unfortunately, was there? So we just took the surfboards down just for novelty effect, wasn't it? I guess
just to get wet in the car on the way home.
Yeah, exactly. Which is annoying because that's one annoying thing about surfing, but it is what it is. So instead of that, we did paddleboarding. Yeah, which is the first time I've ever been on one. To be honest with you,
I've done it a few times, but I've not done sea paddleboarding, and I'll say it was a bit trickier because it's a bit wobblier, especially than when you're on like a lake where it's completely still water. When you've got like little waves coming at you, it makes you just kind of like
touch your centre balance, isn't it?
Yeah. But
it's fun though.
So we didn't get the chance to. We were just kind of dicking about on the Saturday, weren't we, at the beach?
Oh yeah, that was just biz,
we walked into where did we walk?
Padstow.
We walked into Padstow
from the beach we were on.
And went to the pub and then walked back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we were saying.
And then evening it was just chill, wasn't it? Basically, just chill out.
It was, yeah. So we were going to go back in, but yeah, chill.
Yeah. And then on the Sunday, obviously Boardmasters. On the Monday, we
went to the same beach again.
Sunday sleeping in the car.
Oh yeah.
That's all we need to say on that because.
Yeah.
So we didn't do anything bad. We were in a designated place.
That was a nice little comfy spot, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't actually too bad. Like, I actually slept more than I'd imagined.
Knackered, but to be fair, by the time you actually slept anyway. But
anyway, we went down to the beach then about 7 o'clock in the morning, didn't we? And kind of chilled out for a little bit. Got some internet on the beach because we haven't had any all weekend.
Oh, mad notifications pop through, but yeah.
And then went back and ended up at the beach again.
Same beach, yeah.
A lot cooler because it was about 24 degrees then instead of about 30, 35.
And you played my favourite beach game, bat and ball.
So we did a bit. Well, we went paddle. Well, we'll do paddleboarding last.
Yeah.
So we played bat and ball and got absolutely lit, didn't we? Got like 700 score.
Yeah, it's a well fun game. That. If you have been on the beach, go play bat and ball.
Yeah.
Recommendation.
What is it?
Bat and ball. Bat and a ball.
You get a bat. You get a ball.
Basically, two little like tennis table paddle looking things, isn't it? Oversized and a squash ball.
Big table tennis ball, table tennis bats, and pretty much a squash ball, and you just hit it to each other.
It'd be quite fun to do that hacky sack game thing, though, isn't that? A little beanbag thing that you do. That'd be quite fun to be good at that. I think it'd be trash, but
yeah, exactly. Because you think if you're trash at football already, anyway, you'd be even worse at that.
No, I'd like to. Yeah, that'd be fun to play.
That'd be cool to do. Yeah. But yeah, paddleboarding as well. We did actually take the GoPro out.
Yeah.
And I will put together a video sometime, and just show kind of like I'll say highlights of it, or the shits and giggles bits of it, because we were just kind of we got to the end and we were dicking about a bit, weren't we? Just like jumping off and seeing what we could do. Really, both of us trying to stay on at the same time and failing miserably. But yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the tide was pretty much. Well, because it was like half in, so it was at the shallow part, really, wasn't it? So at any point when we went out, you go out quite far, and the water would only be waist height sort of thing anyway. But obviously, you don't want to have to trek it out miles.
Yeah, well, that beach had a massive sandbank.
Ages in the afternoon until the tide's right out and go out, or wait until it's right in at like 7 o'clock in the evening. But it was decent anyway, because obviously you only need a couple foot deep, just so the fin will be all right.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of treated this whole Cornwall trip more just chilling out, to be fair, because we've got some madness booked, isn't it? And it was quite nice to Boardmasters. That was a chill event, to be honest with you. There was no
a lot of it was just sitting around, like
it was just a chilled out weekend.
Music.
So we just thought we'd tell you what it was like. Like Cornwall, no matter how busy it gets, it's still a really nice place to go down and see. Like you treat the people like, oh, it is what it is, sort of thing. It wasn't even that crazy, I don't think, but
it's helpful to know what areas not to go to, as in which areas are going to be the busiest.
Yeah, like you wouldn't go near
which ones to go to, because there are quieter, basically.
And figure out if there's any gigs going on in that area. So Bedreven, I think there was some music there. Remember that campsite on top of the cliff? So like it's the campsite just before Watergate. Say obviously you wouldn't really go near Newquay or Watergate if Boardies is on.
Yeah.
Because you know that's going to be full of festival people. Like they said, queuing up to go on the beach or some bull crap.
Yeah, that seems a bit strange, really.
Yeah,
I understand the whole point. If the tide's in, there's not much space, but queuing up to go on a beach doesn't.
Reminds me of the Snowdon video that we saw.
It doesn't sound like
a
real thing, does it? Like, why? How is there not
British.
enough space on the beach?
We love a queue, mate.
Does that mean you're literally lying on the beach like sardines? Like, you can't see any sand because the towels everywhere or whatever.
It was like that Snowdon video, so new, isn't it? People queuing up to get a summit shot, like, what the fuck? And then people were commenting, going, we're British, we love a queue. We just got a queue anywhere we want. God's sake.
See, I would have said in that case, it'd be all the people from other countries that would go out Snowdon that would be queuing, and then the person who was climbing up the other side trying to get in front of everybody would have been the English person. It's like, mate, fuck the queue. I'm getting up there and getting my picture. I don't care what they think because I'm British. I do what I want.
But again, I think people, like you said, people are treating it like a staycation place. Maybe for the last year. Maybe people start going abroad again next year. Because people are just touching it, aren't they? Because they said it's a bit on and off at the minute. But we're just like, screw it, we're just still going up, aren't we? But
whatever happens, doesn't it, really?
We have, like, recently, between now and the previous episode, we've have some stuff sorted, but we'll touch on it in future episodes. And
as they're coming up, we'll go over what we're doing, and then when we get back from them, we'll do a dedicated episode like this one, and like our Tomorrowland one of how we got on, what we did.
I think it's going to be ridiculous, but yeah, that'll be until we cover it, I guess. I think that's it, mate, is it?
Right, yep. So on to new music.
New music. It's a mixture, again, of albums and singles and all different types of music genres, which you're going to notice straight away when I say some of these band names. So, The Game, Drillmatic, Heart vs. Mind, Corday dropped 2 new singles. I didn't actually write down the names.
Good.
Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, Tiger, Pop Smoke, Janae Aiko, is that his name? Sunshine, that's a good song, actually. Designer, Jaguar, Danger Mouse, Black Thought, Cheat Codes, Slipknot, Yen, I think, Saint or Sante, Arrogant, Loyal Kana, John Agard, Georgetown, YG Toxic, Eden, Sci-Fi, Snot, Immaculate, Pale Waves, Unwanted, Kasabian, The Alchemists, Euphoria, Love, All for Nothing, Megan Thee Stallion, Traumazine, and Rod Wave, A Beautiful Mind.
I think, I won't say artists, but you've obviously listed 17 like things together. I knew 10 of them, which is probably quite a lot for me.
You'd know the artists, isn't it? Like,
I know a lot of the artists, like you obviously there's multiple artists on some songs, so I haven't counted it like that. Like I've just noted like if YG and Tiger did a song, then that counted as one kind of thing. That's not a one, is it?
I do like the Tiger song, Sunshine. That's probably my favourite out of all of that.
Oh, Tiger, Pop Smoke, there you go. I know both of them, but I only counted that as one.
Yeah, I do like that. And then a few songs like Kasabian's and Pale Waves I like.
Well, yeah, like you've got Tiger, and then you've got Kasabian,
Slipknot,
and then you've got Slipknot. Like,
different, isn't it?
How different is that? Yeah.
But like you said, this is just music I personally do. Like that's what just my music taste kind of is in a nutshell,
but at the same
isn't
time, it is a mixture of everything. So it'll tailor everything towards you guys.
Yeah, it's all mixed emotions.
And
that's what it is. It's all mixed emotions. That is basically all it is. So
exactly.
Sums it all up, to be honest. So there we go. Fact and joke.
Right, fact or joke? Which one do you want first?
Let's do fact. Let's go.
Fact. So, less than 5% of the planet's oceans have been explored.
Yes, I would believe that.
So, it's pretty cool to think.
5%.
Just imagine what is in the 95%
Megalodon
that hasn't been explored.
Messi.
I mean, Messi.
Oh, Messi. Messi, yeah.
I mean,
Aquaman mess.
I mean, yeah, you say it. There could be like I say megalodon-esque type creature somewhere. Like you think of a lantern. Is it lanternfish?
Oh yeah,
massive bloody teeth with a little light coming off their
I
head.
think so.
Like you think if that exists, then anything can really, because that looks weird.
Well, like the water where it goes so deep it's black. You see some madness in that, like weird looking fish. I would not want to go down there. To be fair,
Mr. Ballin story. Mr. Ballin, shout out.
Or the squids.
The squids, yeah. Where I can't remember what they're called. They're like red-tailed squids or something.
So like loads of them, and they're grabbing these people.
Yeah,
it's mad.
They went into this dodgy part of the sea, and they basically they grab you, with these like teeth things.
And they got beaks as well.
Yeah,
like
with
the
these like
squids.
teeth things or something on their tentacles, so it like digs into you, or it might just be the suction cups, but you cannot get out of it, and it will just slowly pull you towards this massive beak thing, and it'll crunch through like anything. In the story, it tells you what it'll get through and that, but like basically, if you get caught by it, you're dead. Like that's how.
And there was a load of them, wasn't
but
there?
there was so many of them, and these divers were like getting absolutely screwed. But I don't think anybody died.
No, they were fighting them
And
off. Like, imagine that's a story.
They're the
Jokes.
people, I'll say at the time, that had the only recorded footage of those creatures alive.
Exactly.
Like, that's the only time they'd ever been recorded live. Like, think of that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
think of what else is down in the deep delves of the ocean. Like,
Well, like they said, I don't even know if they've confirmed how big a shark can actually go. Is it? There's so many different sizes. Like,
Yeah.
how big? Like,
it could be anything. Like, what's to say there's not like a crocodile that lives on the bottom of the ocean?
yeah, exactly. Could
Like,
be.
you could get a crocodile that's bloody 30 meters long.
What's that?
Like,
Phobia that people like. Quite a lot of people have, don't they? Like, if you're swimming in water at your depth, you don't like what if you can't see under you, isn't it? It's just like a misty blue fog.
I don't know what that is, but
And
that's
they can
like
freak the
Jaws
crap
vibes,
out of
I
people,
suppose,
isn't
isn't it? Like the cover to
Thalassophobia
Jaws,
or
where you've
something.
got the person swimming,
Yeah.
and obviously the shark is coming up from underneath. You never know what could be under
Well,
you.
it's like that shark attack in Australia. So the shark came out of the blue, and how sharks attack you sometimes is they'll smack into you to try and knock you out first.
Yeah.
So that shark's hitting you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Yeah, that's
It's
dodgy as hell.
it's a really cool thing to think about. Like the whole like
If you're
what's
afraid of
in the
water, then,
ocean
yeah.
is like
I can understand why
it's
people are
so
scared
cool
of
to
of
think
the ocean.
of.
No, yeah, easy.
yeah, it's one of the things where it's like, oh, I'm scared. Well, it's not really. I wouldn't say scared of the ocean. It's scared of what's in the ocean. It's like you can say, it's not. I'm not scared of heights. I'm scared
You
of
got the
falling.
tide and stuff, the actual ocean, but then you've got
People are scared of the water. Like they don't want to go in the water for like drowning reasons. Say
Yeah, so when we went to Ghana, I always said, "What's the surf like?" When I went down to the coast there, and they said, "You go in the water."
Yeah.
Like, are you some sort of nutter? Like, we only go in there to fish. Like, why would you want to swim in that sort of thing?
yeah,
so-
but then you go to certain countries like that, and I can imagine there is some dodgy stuff.
Well, I
in
don't
the
know. They
water,
can
isn't
swim,
there?
so it's kind of like
Oh, that as well. But then, like, you go, say you go Australia or
People
South
there.
Africa, let's say. You just know there's going to be sharks somewhere, so
Yeah.
that's why you don't want to go in. 'Cause
exactly.
it's a fear of being eaten by a shark.
Well, like
It's not
Australia,
necessarily
isn't
fear
it?
of the water.
Box jellyfish, they're only in like knee-high water,
Yeah.
but that's enough to kill you. Like
Yeah.
one of those things.
Or you got
Sandfish.
like, I think this is in like
Stonefish even.
Gandhi little rivers and like weird places, but like the little fish that swim up the Japai.
Oh yeah, the little
Like,
rivers.
yeah,
and that.
like stuff like that. Like
Mm.
there's so much in there that can mess you right up.
So yeah, I'd imagine 5%.
Pretty cool.
Not
isn't
being
it? Pretty cool to think
discovered.
about, yeah.
But like you said, shark cage diving, you just randomly see some megalodon just come up to you.
Just see some teeth
Imagine.
turn up to you. Yeah. Right, joke. What do you get when you cross an angry sheep and an angry cow?
British countryside.
Two animals that are in a bad mood. Shout out dude on TikTok that I got that from. I don't know who he's called, but
Fake. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to react to that.
lit joke. I always laugh at my own joke. I feel like nobody else ever gets me. Nobody understands me.
The
Like,
dad
I'll just
jokes,
come out
yeah.
with my random facts, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Do you know
on
what? We'll have to
about?"
try and do an episode in the future where you just run about 20 in a go. Like, just
Yeah.
we find 20 and just say it like one after the other and see like which one will break me. I'll
Well,
try and
so
straight face it.
there's
Yeah, I'll try and do 20.
Other
each.
people do like the things where you got water in your mouth, haven't they? We don't
Oh,
necessarily
yeah.
have to do the water, but we can do it so we take turns telling all these shit
Yeah,
little
yeah.
jokes.
All
and
right,
see,
I'll try and
see
get
who
one.
laughs first, kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So
We'll try that.
that's coming in a future episode. We've just come up with that.
Yeah, yeah.
We could do a
I'll try
fact
that.
one as well, to be honest.
You could just do a fact like episode.
Yeah.
You just do random ones like that, isn't it? Yeah, that'd be sick actually.
Right. Yeah, that's calling it for this one, I think, isn't it? So
Yeah. Hopefully next episode we might get a guest on. I
yeah,
think
we're aiming to.
next
Let's say
episode.
that.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on
Yeah.
with it, but. Okay.
Right. Run through of socials.
Right, so Twitter, the SI Index, TikTok, the Soul Insights Index, Instagram, Soul Insights Index again, YouTube, Soul Insights, catch us on all streaming platforms under Soul Insights Podcast.
Yeah. Leave reviews, like, subscribe, follow.
Yes,
All that jazz.
Dankeschön. And there's the SI Pod playlist where all this music We have one every episode.
where all the new music, music recommendations.
Yeah, they get chucked into it. All the guests and that
I assume
will
it's
say
all
one.
up to date.
Yeah, so far it is. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's just one song.
Yep. So thanks for thanks for tuning in.
Okay, and toodaloo.
The Satsvunan, my lord.
Satsvunan.
Suck your mum, you mug.
You're in a bad mood.